Hey folks, female police officer from the Buenos Aires police responding to a pretty chaotic incident. How well she responds? Well, let's check this out and then comment later. It's a little bit of Spanish here, but the images speak for themselves. We have a car, not that one. We have another car with 4 criminals that have just escaped. Well, it's that one. There we go. Skipping, boom! Into the house he goes. 4 criminals, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old. Cops are shooting, and there we have the female officer. She runs around, and then she runs around the back and goes inside. Shots still fired. She keeps advancing towards danger. Careful. Get out of there, you sons of get out of there. Stay put. She starts screaming. Stay there, stay there. And where is her partner? We don't know. No, so she runs into that building while her partner is... She starts screaming, I have two. It's actually more than 2. She starts signaling. I have 2 over here. Stay put, stay put. Don't move. I have 2. Another police car that just drives past, doesn't stop. Another one, 3, 4 patrol cars, and minutes, go by. Couple minutes into this, and we don't see any backup. We don't see even her partner. I'm not even sure where he is. There's her partner. Partner kicks the door of the car for whatever reason, and she still goes out crying out, hey, she has her gun there instead of keeping it pointed. And then he finally goes. Another one. And finally, there they go. 14, 15, 17-year-old kids. Children, right? Well, yeah, pretty dangerous children, right? We got another one. And that's pretty much it. So, a few things. We have a chaotic situation, right? A car with 4 criminals crashes into a house. That's a pretty messy situation. But there is something to be said. When bullets start flying, when things get real, when things get dangerous, there is something to be said about people that run towards danger. This woman, I'll talk about little things she could have done better here or there, whatnot. But women that have the ovaries, because women don't have balls, women have ovaries, and when women have their ovaries well set, they do this. They do the courageous, brave thing. She's running towards danger. This is something that we saw police officers in the United States fail to do when children were dying. Quite recently, quite tragically, we saw this so many times. Cops that don't have the guts to do what their job requires of them. All right? So she does the most important thing, goes towards danger, does her job, does not cower, does not stay out of it, because she doesn't know if there's people inside that house that may be at risk. She has to do her job. She has to go after the bad guys, and that she does. Now, I don't even see that she's wearing a vest. It wouldn't be the first time that you see officers in Argentina that don't have a vest. Maybe she wasn't wearing it for whatever reason, but it's been the case that many officers don't have a ballistic vest, soft panels, plates, whatever, but some kind of ballistic protection you should have. She's not using maybe all of the fancy techniques of moving and taking cover and so on. Her hand and she's moving things, so I don't see exactly what's going on here. Maybe there's something she needs to move. And it is a legit technique to, yes, use just one hand when you use the other one. But keeping the gun up, pointing towards the direction of danger, even better, having both hands on your gun, moving, like so, that would have been kind of like the more adequate technique. Using this car right here for cover, using whatever it is that you have for cover, that would have been better, but she does the important thing, which is moving towards danger. Now, when she sees them, which I assume because she starts talking like them directly, when she sees them, she should be going towards them and keeping them at gunpoint. This is maybe the greatest mistake she makes. And her voice, the command voice should be, don't move, if you move you get shot. Her voice starts cracking. It's okay to be loud, but you want to be firm. You don't want to scream like in losing control, like, ah! No, you want to sound in control and not fucking around and be very serious about what happens if they move. That's what you want. You don't want to have a voice that seems to be losing control, all right? I don't know if that makes sense or not. These guys, pathetic. You go with your partner. She moves, she starts insisting, don't move. They obviously are moving. And at any moment, she could get shot. This is maybe the worst mistake she makes, when she just turns her back to danger. She turns her back to the people that she's supposed to be keeping at gunpoint. She should have them at gunpoint and not move an inch. Never lose that position, because if not, at any moment they could rush and shoot you. Her partner does a pathetic job. She starts shouting out in desperation, a little bit of lack of training, all the guts in the world, but not enough training. That would be my take on this, because you don't move and you don't turn your back towards people that are a threat to you, okay? That is by far the greatest mistake she makes, right? Then she does it, and her partner there, kicking the door, fucking around. Go back up your partner, man. What the hell are you doing? And she's having her gun there instead of pointing it, and all of this, super dangerous. Not exactly what you want to see. And then he finally goes in there, right? He finally... All right, and what he should have done here was go along with her. If she's point man or point woman, right, in this world we live in, we prone as well. If she's point man, your hand is on her back. You're literally touching her back as you go in. Both of you together. That's how you train. That's how you do the proper technique, is being so close that you use your hand to keep your partner in front at range and move her out of danger if something happens. One of the advantages of a female officer, thin, like we saw there, you move her away if you have to, right? If there's something else, you just push her away and shoot if you have to do that. And you're giving your partner support. She would feel a lot safer, a lot better, a lot more secure about what she's doing if she feels that hand. If you're moving in group, working as a team, that hand here of, yeah, I got your back, man. You go. You're the point man or the point woman. You go, but I have you there. It gives you a sense of security much greater. And it's not just a false sense. It's literally, my partner has my back. My partner has the guts I need him to have. My partner is shooting in some other direction. He's literally covering my back, and I'm not going towards danger alone. This guy does none of that, right? And that's the biggest failure. Any cop with any amount of training knows these things. A little bit of, you don't do CQC all the time unless you are, a SWAT, tactical, but a little bit of basic knowledge of how to work as a team, yeah, you sort of do that. So very close, hand on like, especially in something as tight as this, yeah, literally hand on the back. If you have a vest, you literally grab the vest of the point man and you move as a team, like a centipede of guns. Several guys kind of going that way. That would be the ideal. But if it's just two of them, same thing. You go with your partner. You just don't point your gun towards your partner. You cover whatever your partner is not covering. things that you learn when doing these things that I learned when taking classes, when they teach you stuff like this. And I know that officers pretty much in any city around the world will have some of this training. Now, the reality of this, probably lack of guts, lack of commitment to the job. I'm not an officer, I'm not a police officer, but I would expect that if you're a police officer, you cannot be afraid of getting shot. I've seen this myself in police in different parts of the world. I've seen it in the police of Buenos Aires. I've seen it in police, and we all saw it in the shootings in the United States, in schools, tragic and all. Guys that just don't want to risk getting shot. But if you're afraid of getting hurt, you should not be a police officer, because you put the life of others, your partner, people that you're supposed to protect, the society you're supposed to be serving and protecting, you put them at risk because you don't have the courage to do the things that the job requires. It's not an easy job. If you signed up for it, you should be able to do that. If you're a if you're a fireman, you cannot be afraid of fire, because you're expected to run towards fire and deal with it. You're expected as an officer to run towards danger and deal with it. She does that. This officer, and we often talk about female officers, not all of the things we often talk about, but she has the ovaries to do what is required of her. The partners, I cannot say the same for any of them. The other one eventually showed up, but this could have been pretty bad for her if one of those criminals had acted when he had the opportunity. Guys, if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff that I know a lot of people don't have the proper training, you have my book, Street Survival Skills, where I explain lots of these things. You have it available in the links below. And for Economic Survival Preparedness, Surviving the Economic Collapse, both available below there in Amazon, in those links in the description. See you next time. Have a great day.